Hello again, welcome back to another Planner and Commonplace update. We're just gonna dive right in. I don't feel like I have too much to show you guys, but I feel like I have a lot to talk about. So let's start with the Commonplace. So I posted a video about switching into using the digital version. So I am making these in InDesign and then printing them out. And so this was the spread that I showed in that video. I have done a few more pages since this one. The first one is featuring these ceramic donuts that I originally saw on TikTok and Instagram. And I was really inspired by his process, or what I could glean about his process from the videos. It wasn't like super clear about like how he does it. So I had a really good time kind of exploring and guessing, and I actually made my own small version of a donut just to try and test out some ideas, and I had a really good time with it. So I loved documenting this process, and I definitely enjoy the fact that I have this kind of like snapshot of something that I was super interested in and really focused on. Like, this was a hyperfixation. I tried to see as much content as I could about ceramic donuts in the process of firing full, thick, like thicker than 1 inch clay. There's a whole thing about like your clay can't be so thick or it won't dry and all that stuff. So I went really deep into this world. And I do think that I will be making some more donuts in the future. It's definitely something that I kind of lean towards, that side of pottery. So I was really excited to kind of explore that. And then this next one is just a collection of lines of poetry that I have come up with, and I'm like ruminating on to try and turn into a full poem. I usually keep these on my phone or like on a piece of paper, so they've kind of been all over the place. So I wanted a place to kind of put them together. And I feel like a lot of these will just kind of sit on their own for a while, so it made sense to me to put it into here. I feel like I can do a small section in these Commonplace pages and it has some weight to it. It still feels like something's going on here, if that makes sense. I don't think it does. So I only had 3 quotes I highlighted from this book, but I really wanted to put them somewhere. And if I had it in my other Commonplace, I would have felt like it was a weird amount. But because I'm doing this in InDesign, I can tweak it. So I actually was able to tweak this space to make this fit. And so it was more of a challenge of layout rather than like just writing it down and being like, oh, I have this weird shape. I guess I won't include that because I should include XYZ. And then I have my chicken and gnocchi soup. I absolutely love this recipe so much. I will link it below because it's amazing. It is exactly like the Olive Garden chicken and gnocchi soup. So good. This was actually in my other Commonplace notebook, just written down. Since I wrote everything in that Commonplace by hand, I wanted to have it in a space that was typed up that I felt like was easier to read and use on a regular basis. I plan on making this soup again even this month, so I did not think it was a lot of extra work to put the effort in. And this is the picture from the simplyrecipes.com recipe. So as for the next page, I do have another page already done. It's another soup recipe. It is soup season. It is on my mind, but I am not going to print it until I have the backside because I use the 8.5 by 11 sheets and then I just fold them in half. I explained it a little bit more in the like announcement video of this project. So if you want to go watch that, you can see like my reasoning behind switching and everything. But then I also put the glaze books that I was like sad to see go because I had them all in my other Commonplace. I have those in here now. I just hole punched those as well. So that is the update on the Commonplace. I do feel like I am using it more, but I think that's also the novelty of having a new layout and a new thing to like fixate on and be excited about. But I also feel like it is more appropriate for my style of commonplacing, or what I hope to commonplace like. I think, like I said, that having this ability to adjust the layouts and sizing of things to make it fit a certain space is actually working really well for me. So I'm definitely going to stick with this for the time being. On to the planner update, my July to December Erin Condren A5. She is getting quite junky. You can see the first months, and these are the last 2 months that we're just getting into. They're quite small. She's going to be quite like large. Like she doesn't sit flat really anymore with all the stickers and things. I'm totally fine with that. It's kind of the goal actually. And this was a good experiment because I didn't like start a new thing midway. I started right away with doing the photos on almost every single page. And I think that is a good indication of how much bulk I can see or expect to see in this planner. Because I do at least one sticker almost every single page like this to get that like mild sticker bulk per page. There's like a bulk to sticker ratio that I'm sure someone can figure out who's smarter than me. But I have been doing a lot of stickers and they have created this much bulk, but I don't think it'll be too much. This was how my October spread ended up, and I'm gonna be honest, I definitely am in a funk and feeling weird and not updating my planner as much as I was through like August and September. My mood has definitely shifted with the shorter days. It's getting colder, it's definitely more dreary, and I can for sure see that being reflected in my pages. So October still looked really cute, but if we get to like the habit tracker, I kind of just fell off and randomly, like I was like, yeah, I think I went to pottery that day. Pretty sure I did text my friends. Like I just don't feel like I know what I should be habit tracking. The things I'm habit tracking are already kind of habits. But if I'm tracking other things that aren't habits, they won't become habits, if that makes sense. I don't know if the habit tracker is actually even worthwhile for me to continue at the start of the new year. I have habit trackers for November and December. I put them on the pages, but I think I really need to reevaluate what I should put on them. I would say like doing a mood tracker or something, but even then I don't even know if I would keep that up because I have been starting to fall off the 4 good things kind of bandwagon. So this was the like start of October, and near the end, there was just like days that I would not do it. And if I forget a day, it's really hard for me to go back and to remember even what I ate the day before, let alone like 4 good things. I definitely have to write them down as they're happening, or I don't like remember them anymore or acknowledge them in that like lens. There are plenty of things that are good that happen to me every day, but if I don't sit down like at the end of the day or when it's happening and take the time throughout the day to like reflect, then I won't do it. And then I'll forget and there'll be gaps like this. And it's been really frustrating, but it's also just where I think I am with the seasons changing and my mood's changing and trying to adapt. And I don't think I've ever been this affected, like physically, like visually affected by the weather. Like I can actually tell that I'm being affected by the weather by my planner usage. Like I'm also really struggling doing my daily pages. I am approaching the 3rd year of them, so it is for sure a habit. I am very much like aware that it's something I do every day, but the last couple of weeks I've been really struggling to get the 3 pages done. I have like weird rules for myself. I don't know if you would want a whole video about them, but there's like weird rules I've set, and even those like leniencies that I've allowed myself, I'm pushing it and I find myself not sticking to the like routines that were so easy to follow before. They definitely feel a lot harder to maintain right now. So I'm trying to give myself grace and understanding, like I'm not forcing things. I'm not going back and trying to like force myself to remember or make things up or anything like that. But it is a bit of a bummer, and it's kind of depressing me even more that the stuff like this planner I love doing it. I love documenting it. It's really important to me. And like archiving my life and my experiences is super important to me because I feel like I have a very poor memory and I am quite forgetful, like to the point that like if you asked me what I had for breakfast today, I probably couldn't remember unless I wrote it down. So I want to document this stuff and keep this record, and I enjoy looking back on them, and I have so much pride in what I'm making. So it's really upsetting when I'm just sluggish and not feeling that pull towards it. I know that it's just the season. I know it's just the current moods and the weather and all that stuff. And I'm very much aware of that, and I'm writing about that in my pages and everything, but it doesn't really change the fact until we get out of that season and back into working on it. But I am trying to focus on all the cool things that are coming up. There's a lot of really exciting things, like Grand Rapids has their Comic-Con coming up and their Chris Kindle market that I'm going to be going to, and there's a bunch of like holiday festivities. I'm so excited for Christmas this year. I just feel like the holiday spirit. So I'm hoping that I can kind of push through whatever's going on with at least these pages, or maybe it's just time to adapt them and change them, try something else for a little bit, maybe come back to this. I don't know, but I still am doing all of the stickers and the photos, so I'm still keeping up with that, which makes me really happy. I would be really upset in the future if I let that lag, and I don't feel the lag for this. Like, adding the stickers is definitely the highlight of my planner right now for me, and something that I am super excited to be doing. So yeah, that kind of general weather shift malaise is affecting like my to-do list sections. I'm still accomplishing things, I'm just not recording things as well, which will eventually frustrate me in the future when I don't have that record to look back on. So that is something I've been struggling with the last couple of weeks. But to end on more of a brighter note, I definitely think that I've made some huge improvements in the last like 6 months of my planning and my commonplacing and just my archiving in general, that I feel really, really happy with where I am in my planners. Like, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been making YouTube videos for a long time, like over 10 years, and I've had my business for over 10 years. So I've been in a planner. I've been in the paper, if you will. And this is the first time in a good while that I'm excited and happy and passionate about my planner. So I think that's why the weather shift and the lack of motivation and being in kind of a planner funk is really, really bothering me, is because I am in such a fun, exciting place. Like, I feel like I'm hitting this amazing stride to really capture things the way that I want to capture them. So it's just frustrating me, but it's cute, it's fun. The sticker photos are everything. It encourages me to take photos more and to like take photos that aren't like super Instagrammable and like perfect. Like, I have that little section. I can put those here, the little like snapshots of the month, but I love the daily ones because they're just literal snapshots of the day. And I am just really happy about that. So that is going to be it for this wrap-up video. Apologies for a little lack of the show and more of the tell, but I hope you guys don't mind me kind of just like bearing it all out there where I'm at right now. But thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe because there will be more planner videos headed your way soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.